Buttons in front of Andrew Feldman, the Englishman. Down 50,000 in the action on the Great Dane.
Cool.
Well, he's going to limp in.
You never pulled that hand with 30 already invested.
And that's why he's limping in. 9-7 suited. And one thing that I've noticed since Gus Hansen has joined the table, we've seen more limping and less raising pre-flop.
Yeah, certainly seems to be one of his characteristics, is he likes to play them, and he likes to play them quite cheap.
Cool. Check.
There's a lot of players at this table who don't mind mixing it up and playing flops.
Flops queen, 9, 2.
Yeah, 4 people saw the flop.
Check.
And the best of it right now
Check.
looks to be Alan Cunningham. He has a pair of 9s. Gus Hansen also has a pair of 9s, but right now Cunningham has him out-kicked. Oh, Ivey's going to call. He's got bottom pair.
He's also got position.
Pass. Pass.
And the best hand gets out the way, Alan Cunningham.
Well, Hansen's got to like that.
7.
He definitely likes it now.
Gus Hansen, with 2 pair, 9s and 7s, is an overwhelming favorite to win this hand. Ivey with 5 outs, if he continues on, needs a king or a deuce. Pot is 7,500.
I think one more bet here from Gus will win the pot. It's a question of whether he wants to be a little bit tricky. I think he's right to bet it.
I think a board like that, there's a straight draw out there. Somebody could have Jack 10.
6,000.
His opponent could have a half-decent queen and he could get paid.
Well, that's the power of Gus Hansen. If you bluff enough, you often get paid. The same as Tom Dwan.
Cool.
And he bets 6,000. Ivey calls 6,000. Pot now $19,500 to the river.
Jack.
River's the Jack of Hearts. Doesn't seem to change much, does it?
Well, if Phil's calling Gus down because he thinks he's got some sort of straight draw, it does mean that he's probably gone behind. In fact, he's definitely gone behind. I think if Gus bets now, Phil has got no excuse to call.
I mean, you start looking at that flop and you go, what does my opponent bet there? Queen 9 deuce. If he doesn't have a pair, maybe he's got Jack 10. Well, I can't beat Jack 10 now either.
Bet 18,000.
And the way Gus Hansen haphazardly throws his chip in there just makes you think he's always bluffing. I think that's the image he wants to portray.
Always when you're sitting there with 2 pair. Really isn't a hand here that Phil can be beating. He's desperately trying to find a reason to call.
Could raise to 54,000.
He's made it 54,000. That's not a nice jack either for Gus. Kind of felt like he was lining up for something like this by just calling till the river.
That was a big decision for Gus Hansen. It's 36,000 back to Gus Hansen. The pot is 91,500. Is Gus Hansen known for making big laydowns?
Well, he definitely can lay hands down. If he goes through the range of hands that Phil should have in this spot, if he was calling with a draw, he's got a hand he can show down, so he can flat call. The pot's 91,500, and Patrick Antonius turns up to witness this big hand.
Patrick Antonius wondering what's going on. Phil Ivey watching on. Gus Hansen thinking this one through.
This kind of pressure play that we have seen from Phil today is why he's so good in a tournament, where you can put the pressure on even more than you can in a cash game. You just call, and it's a scary card on the end.
Cool.
You got it.
What a great call here from Gus.
Gus makes the call, though. He's going to show 2 pair.
2 pairs.
This is the first misstep Phil Ivey has made all day long.
And that's going to give a lot of confidence to Gus Hansen. He's going to be curious. I wonder if he's going to put Phil Ivey on the back foot. That puts him back quite a bit. And he's actually losing a fair bit now.
That's when you really got true heart. I just was pretending to have heart. Gussie, 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 Gussie.